videotape this interview?
Yeah.
Okay. And there's going to be a few redundant questions I want to ask here in the beginning. It has nothing to do with the case. If it comes to it at a later date, would you be willing to do a lie detector test?
Yes, I would.
Go ahead and start from the beginning when you first witnessed anything dealing with this phenomenon and kind of explain it. Just go ahead and start from the beginning. I'm not going to prompt you to say anything.
Okay. Well, the very first thing that happened when we moved here was I was in my bed. We didn't have curtains yet, curtains in there, but we had no curtains here. And my bed was on the wall. It wasn't there. It was on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
And my head was over there where the pillow is now. And
your bed was
on the wall right
going
there.
one way, so okay.
Yeah. And I just woke up and saw this big, tall, gray-looking dude. The full moon was on him, so I could see everything about him. I could see his skin. He was very tall, about 9 foot to 10 foot. His skin was like pale, but very gray still, you know. He wasn't skinny to the bone. He was mostly slender, average. And I didn't see his whole face that night. I saw half his face. I didn't see his hands. I saw his arms. I didn't see his hands because he was so tall. His hands went past that. His head went past this. So I could only see half his face and couldn't see his hands.
Okay.
Part of the legs, shins. But it looked like he was looking down with his eyes, like a person would, look down. I don't know if he was looking with his eyes because, how they move them big things. But it seemed like by the way he was there, he was just looking down, and he just stood there. And that's when I realized there was another one. Another one. I think it was that palm tree right there.
This one right here, the shorter one?
No, the tall one.
The tall one, okay.
Very tall one.
All right.
Not that one. That one over there.
And from where you were laying down, so you could see.
Yes.
Kind of up. Okay, so you kind of had it.
Yes. It looked like some sort of creature. The full moon was right on him, so
okay.
I could see his shadow. I couldn't see his body, but the gray was no problem. I could see him very well.
Okay. Can you describe?
Yes.
Anything?
He had a very unusual shape to his head, sort of like a heart-shaped almost, but not quite. He had very distinctive ears, like an elf. Very strange, I heard of that. And the way he was on the tree wasn't like an animal would. If you were to take like a person, how they crouch, like this, like that, and you set him on the palm tree like that, that's the way he was crouching.
Crouching kind of sideways?
Like, yes, completely sideways, like no problem at all. And he kept bobbing his head like side to side, but up and down. And he was watching the one gray watch me, and he was watching me and the gray at the same time. And at first I didn't believe that what I saw, because that was very strange. I was like, well, am I asleep? But I kept watching them for 5 minutes, and I just woke up in the morning. I kept watching them, make sure what's going on, because you got
How many hours do you estimate you actually saw them still standing there? I mean, did you watch them the whole night? I mean,
no, I was only awake that 5 minutes when I saw them. I just woke up the next morning. That's what happened. Woke up, saw them, stared at them for 5 minutes. I didn't blink nothing.
Okay.
Woke up in the morning.
Now, do you remember falling back to sleep?
No. I just woke up, keep staring into the daylight.
Okay. You woke up actually looking?
Yeah.
Because you kind of woke up and started looking back out the window?
I just remember watching them, and then it's daytime.
Okay. Did you notice anything? Weird sensations? Physical?
No. It was like nothing.
Like nothing? Sounds?
No sounds. He was dead silent. I didn't even see him coming in, but I must have sensed him because I woke up and saw him.
Okay. So you do not remember falling asleep?
No. I didn't think I did fall asleep, but I just woke up in the morning.
So it lasted about 5 minutes, is what you said.
Estimation, yeah.
I mean, when you fell back to sleep, any different sensations other than it just like that, or was it slow?
It was like that. I just remember staring, and I wake up in the morning. Still staring, actually.
And when you woke up, what position were you in?
Same position.
Were you sitting
I
up?
was on my side, like I sleep on like that.
Okay.
Watching it from there.
Okay.
And I remember the same exact position, same spot staring.
When you're staring from the bed.
Yes.
It's hard to describe that word, so I'm just gonna sketch it. Okay. And again, illustrate from point and show how high the head was from here. Sure.
All right. If you look around here, right around here, you would see there's like chin, or maybe a little bit more down, but you could see about half his eyes.
Okay.
And you could see around his head, and you could see his nose, and he has a little tiny mouth, and he was just looking down. I presume, can't see no eye movement on that, just see his eyes. And I was like around this pillow, but obviously you can't see it because of the chair. But if you could, it'd be at a place where you could see that palm.
So your head was probably, tell me when to stop.
It would be pretty far out, because I was like way over here.
Your head was where?
It was like right here.
Your head was, okay, can you move that chair for me?
Yeah, I can move this.
Okay. So you were laying this direction, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to get it on film. Go ahead and lay down and set up the bed the way you actually had it set up, if you don't mind.
Okay. Kind of hard to remember which side exactly, but I think it was this way.
Okay.
Let's see. Yeah, this seems about right. Yeah, this is perfect.
So
I
you
remember that palm tree right there, and he was right here. So he was gripping onto that palm tree.
Okay. So, does that look about right from the window?
Well, that looks kind of strange right there, but that looks good
About
enough.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That looks pretty well done.
So it was actually this palm tree right here? Possibly.
Could have been that palm tree, but it looked far away than it probably did, but it was a palm tree, all right.
Okay. So, and you could see it in the moon? Was the palm?
The moon was directly behind it,
So it was like up here shining a light down like this?
He was right on. He was right behind
so
him.
it was behind there. Okay.
He was right behind him. The moon was right behind him.
Okay. So this is basically the view you had of the window?
Basically, might get a little bit better, but that's pretty much it.
Okay.
Nice big opening there.
Yes. There's actually like a game trail almost, like a trail.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was about evening, and I saw him walking through that trail and
going straight out,
way,
or
that way,
cross. Okay.
And
to the left.
Yeah. Yeah, to the left. And he just kept walking. I saw him. He knew I was there because he didn't really care what. He just kept walking past. And that was actually the second time he just walked past me.
Okay.
The first time was right past our mailbox.
Okay.
He must have came from the other woods because I don't see why he's walking on the road, man. But
you don't have to look at the camera. It's okay. It's okay. Just pay attention to me.
Okay, but he was walking past the mailbox, and I saw him. He didn't even look at me. He's like, just walking past,
And when did you see him?
That was actually the night before this one. So I saw him walk past me 2 nights in a row.
Before the actual...
Oh, this one was first.
Okay, seeing them through the window was first.
Yeah.
And then you saw them... The second time you saw it was out here in the forested area?
Yeah.
And then was this on the same night or the same day, or was it during the day?
This was